So it turns out that the best armor set you can get at level 1 in Starfield, right at the start of the game, is the unique Mark 1 spacesuit. Not to be confused with the Constellation armor set that you get from Sarah when you join Constellation. This is the unique Mark 1 version, which boasts the highest combined total resistance of any other armor set in the entire game. But on that note, I will explain why it is not the definitive best armor set in the game in a moment. But seriously, the Mark 1's total physical, energy, and electromagnetic resistance is 780. Not even the new game plus 10 armor is as good as this, since it only has a combined total resistance of 705. Not to mention, the Mark 1 armor set can also be upgraded at the armor suit workbench. So you're probably wondering, okay, why is this not the best armor set in the entire game then if it's got such high resistances? Well, the only drawback of this armor set is that there is no legendary version of it. This means that you're effectively missing out on 9 legendary effects that a legendary armor set would have. For example, the Mantis armor set would have 9 legendary effects at once. And if you have the right legendary effects, it's actually possible to become almost immune to damage completely. As you guys can see, I'm literally taking no damage on very hard difficulty here. All of these enemies are attacking me and it's pretty much doing nothing to my health bar when most of the bullets hit me. I'm pretty sure it can get to 100% damage resistance with a few tweaks. But if we compare that to the Mark 1 spacesuit, while it does have a much higher damage resistance, it simply cannot make you completely immune to damage. But that said, the Mark 1 armor set is still the best armor you can get at level 1. It will still carry you through the entire game, and it's still going to make you extremely tanky and survivable. And if you don't want it, your companion definitely will. So let me show you how to get it and how to upgrade it. So after completing the prologue of Starfield, you'll want to head to the Alpha Centauri system, where you can find the planet Jameson, just here on the map. You're going to want to come to the main city of New Atlantis and then head over to the Lodge, which is Constellation's base of operations. The main story will guide you here anyway, but when you do arrive at the Lodge's entrance, take an immediate right and then open the door, which Sarah will give you the key for after you join Constellation, and then head downstairs to the crafting station. Once you get here, you're going to take a left, go straight ahead, and then we're going to turn right towards the room with the couch straight ahead of us. Just on the left here is the best armor set you can get early on at level 1. It's been sitting right here in the basement of the lodge this whole time. The problem is though, is that it has a master level locked cabinet, but don't worry, you can actually pick up the armor set through the tiny gap in the cabinet door. Normally this would require rank 3 in the security skill to actually open, but it's actually possible to access the armor set early by standing directly in front of the cabinet just to the right hand side, and then just where the door frame is, you can actually see a tiny crack in the cabinet. Position your cursor just over that crack, and then if you move it slightly over the crack, it will show you that you can now open the mannequin instead of unlocking the door. So once it says open mannequin, just go ahead and open it and loot the entire armor set without even unlocking the door. It also works on the other side of the frame as well, but it can take a few tries just to stand in the right place and line it up correctly the first time. Once you've looted the entire armor set, and by the way, you can do this with every single glass case in the entire game, not just this one, but it could at some point get patched out by Bethesda. So if it does get patched, don't worry, you can very easily rank up your security skill to level 3, which then allows you to unlock master locks. I would actually highly recommend doing that anyway, because some of the best legendary weapons and armor in the game are locked behind doors, weapon cases, and cabinets. If you want a lockpicking guide, I will leave one linked down below in the description with a few tips and tricks on lockpicking. But now you may be wondering, what are the best upgrades for the Mark 1 armor set? Well, this armor set is outclassed quite early on by the combined legendary effects of the Mantis armor set. The legendary effects on that armor set are randomized, but if you want to follow my guide link below in the description, I will show you how to change them until you get what you want. Alternatively, you can upgrade the Mark 1 spacesuit at the nearest workbench down here in the Constellation basement. And even if you're not going to use it, you can always give it to your companion because it's still a great armor set. So starting with the Mark 1 pack, the first mod we're going to want to add is the extra capacity mod to gain another 10 carry weight. So already when you have the armor set equipped, it's going to be like you're carrying nothing. Or alternatively, you can get the oxygen reserve boost to increase your oxygen levels by 10% for sprinting and exploring. For mod 2, I'm going to go with medic, which boosts the effectiveness of our healing items and just makes us more efficient in combat. As for the boost pack option, it can be changed to whatever you prefer. Next, for the Mark 1 spacesuit, for the first mod we can increase either the physical, energy or electromagnetic resistances by 12. I recommend going for the physical damage increase because it's the most common damage type in the game. For mod 2, we can get explosive shielding or optimized servos to reduce the weight of the suit. I recommend explosive shielding and just going full tankiness. For mod 3, exo service will increase your melee damage even further, but heavy shielding adds another 12 to all of your damage resistances, making you even more survivable. And finally, for mod number 4, gravitic composites reduces the weight, but pocketed actually adds another 15 to your carry weight, which literally cancels out the weight of the entire armor suit. So it makes much more sense to take this option. Next, we have the Mark 1 space helmet. For mod 1, we're going to go for ballistic shielding once again to give us even higher defenses. And then for mod 2, we're going to go for explosive shielding, or you can get sensor array to detect enemies on your compass that are further away, which is very useful if you're playing a stealthy character build. And then for mod 3, we're going to get heavy shielding for another plus 12 to our defenses across the board. And then mod 4, we're going to get gravitic composites to make us even harder to detect while sneaking. Next, if you want to get the legendary Mantis armor set, you can watch this other video just here. And this can also be done very early on in the game. But do drop a like on this video if you found it helpful. I'll see you in the next guide.